I'm gonna use the salmon to make some salmon tartare on rice. I got this filet from Costco and the whole thing cost me $31 for nearly 3 pounds of salmon. It was packed and processed today and I'm pretty confident that it is safe to eat raw, and let me tell you why. The term sushi grade is pretty much a load of bullshit. The use of the word grade in the case of sushi grade is misleading because it makes us think that there is some regulatory body that oversees all production of sushi grade fish and determines whether or not a piece of fish is safe to be used for sushi or to be consumed without being cooked, because ceviche, tartare, and poke are things that exist. But that is not the case. There is nothing determining whether or not a piece of fish is safe to be used for sushi besides the person that is selling it to you. In this case, Costco does not call their farm-raised fresh Atlantic salmon sushi grade, even though I'm pretty confident that it can be used as such, along with a lot of sushi enthusiasts. So what does fish need to be in order to become sushi grade? 2 things: bacteria and parasites. In the case of bacteria, you just have to make sure that the fish is fresh enough that there isn't a lot of bacterial growth in there. Bacteria needs time to grow, and so the fresher the fish, the less bacteria that is probably in that fish. Also, how the fish is stored before it gets to you plays a huge role on the amount of bacteria in the fish. Parasites are a completely different thing altogether. Parasites that you can catch are in the fish from the get-go, from the time that they are caught to the time that they're on your plate. And if your fish comes from a farm, the chances of it having parasites is extremely low. But this doesn't just apply to wild-caught fish. Any kind of wild game, whether it be venison or boar or duck, if it existed in the wild and not in a farm before it was caught, it might have parasites. And cooking and preparing wild-caught game is a completely different requirement for cooking and preparing farm-raised animals. If you see the words wild-caught next to any kind of fish, whether it be salmon or tuna or whatever, and do not know that that fish has been super frozen, the chance that that fish contains living parasites is not 0. It's actually pretty high. Pretty high in the sense that it's just not worth the risk of eating raw. Those videos that you see of worms inside fish, yeah, those are probably all wild caught. Because farmed fish are in a controlled environment, they don't really have parasites. And as long as they are fresh, they won't have that much bacteria either, meaning that they're probably good for sushi, which is why I'm eating this in the way that I am with a good amount of confidence. And here is where the problem of sushi grade comes in. Because all we can do is trust our source, it makes sketchy purveyors the people who decide whether or not it's worth it if the customer gets sick. So regardless of what you might see at the store, you are getting your fish from a person you trust. All you need to do is ask them, is the fish really fresh? And has the fish been raised on a good farm? And if it was wild caught, has it been previously super frozen? A process which would have killed any of the parasites that might have lived in it. Knowing these things will give you your best chance in determining whether or not a piece of fish is safe enough to be eaten uncooked. And knowing this will not only keep you safe, it'll also allow you to shop for the good deals with confidence. Now, consuming all foods, whether they be eggs or fish or meat, it all comes with some risk of foodborne illness. It's printed on all the restaurant menus, and I am telling you that now. Not even the fanciest Michelin-starred Japanese restaurant can save you from getting sick accidentally. But if you know what to look for, there is no reason why you can't eat like this at home. The recipe for this salmon tartare rice bowl, by the way, is actually in my book, so go for it.